Alright guys, Robin broke me. Now initially I was planning to skip Robin since I already have RuanMei and they're very similar in what they do. However, they still have some differences, and with the break effect meta closing in on us, having both of these supports might be a good idea. Before I explain why you may want to have both Robin and RuanMei, would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel for more StarRail content and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Now regarding Robin, let's just get the obvious stuff out the way. If you have the follow-up attack team belt, you likely pull Robin the moment she drops, since she really just makes that team much better than it already is. When it comes to zero cycling, those who already zero cycle or want to zero cycle will have a much better time with Robin, since she saves you having to speed tune your team as much to hit those ridiculous speed numbers. Finally, when popping Robin's ultimate and listening to her sing, it acts like a massive brain stimuli and it helps you lock in. Of course, the follow-up attack team will be Robin's best team. However, just like RuanMei, she is very flexible and can support quite a few teams, such as hypercarry teams, and to be specific, running Robin on a Jingliu hypercarry team might be better than running RuanMei in some instances. Robin with Jingliu, Bronya and a sustain will allow Jingliu to go 4 to 5 times with some speed tuning, of course. What that means is you can enter the spectral state with Jingliu with the help of Bronya and Robin's ult insanely quick. You would actually be back in the spectral state before the enemy has their turn, which is insane. So you can allow Jingliu to prolong her bloody massacre. Bear in mind though, hypercarry teams that use a ton of skill points, it would be a bit difficult using Robin. So you would just need to ensure that the team overall is skill point positive for it to work smoothly. When it comes to the dot team now, which is my go-to team because it's really fun to use and no other reason, I usually run it with RuanMei. However, Robin does work very well with the team too. Robin's ultimate allowing for both BlackSwan and Kafka to apply more debuffs and detonate them is huge. Also, the dot team scaling on attack means Robin's ult providing a ton of attack will be really valuable for them too. Of course, when you take Robin out of the follow-up attack team, it does become a bit more difficult to get her ultimate up since it's a 160 cost in comparison to RuanMei's 130 cost ultimate. So that is something to consider since there are less actions taken on the team. However, on top of providing a massive attack buff for the team and advancing the entire team forward, she deals additional damage to enemies whenever an ally attacks. And the additional damage Robin deals is nothing to scoff at. A bonus would be if you have enough crit rate on your Kafka. Kafka's follow-up attacks will deal 25% extra crit damage thanks to one of Robin's traces when she pops her ultimate, which will help Robin too, as every action from the team restores a bit of energy for Robin. So for some players, you may value Robin's additional damage from her ultimate over RuanMei's res penetration, and would in fact run Robin over RuanMei. I think that is completely fine, as they both bring stuff to the table that can really help the team. I just think in those niche situations where you need a tad more damage dealt to enemies to finish them, or if you pop Robin's ultimate to avoid death from the enemy's next attack, Robin can seriously be clutch in those situations. And that is partially the reason why I crumbled for Robin and had to pick her up. Now, the other reason why I picked up Robin is because RuanMei might be even better for another team soon. This entire time, RuanMei has just been a support that can slot into a ton of team compositions and has been outstanding in supporting them, such as dot teams, hypercarry teams and dual DPS teams. But now I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about the break effect meta soon arriving to the game, and it's pretty much obvious to know which support will be the backbone in that meta. The dot composition was complete when BlackSwan released, and the follow-up attack team composition I believe has now peaked with the release of Robin. There's nothing else they really can do to make the team better, and there's no need to, it's powerful enough. So that means it's time for the next comp to come about, and the next character is going to be brutal, and as we know, he will be a break effect character. RuanMei, being the support for break effect team comps, would enable for break effect hypercarry teams and dual DPS break effect teams. Of course, depending on the future of DPS break effect characters. So I am definitely expecting more break effect characters to start releasing not too long after Bootle. RuanMei moving forward, I believe, is going to be the key in the new meta. With that being said, I also do expect to see RuanMei's rerun sometime soon, so players would also be able to pick her up once they can see the potential of break effect teams. So if RuanMei does manage to find her best in slot team, you would likely want to keep her there. Of course, this all depends on the basis that you are looking to build a break effect team, as well as you play Pure Fiction and Memory of Chaos, which requires you to use 2 teams, and as you already know, you aren't able to use RuanMei on both teams sadly. However, that's why picking up RuanMei Mark II Robin comes in handy. She will be able to cover majority of positions for RuanMei, and for me that would be on the dot team and my Jingliu hypercarry team. Of course, in time we will be able to see how good the break effect team ends up becoming, possibly the strongest team in the game or maybe not. That's something we wouldn't be able to test out till Bootle at least arrives, and by then Robin's banner will have left. But we have been able to see how strong break effect can be with RuanMei, so you can imagine how strong a full team revolving around break effect could be. So for players that don't have the follow-up attack team but you do use RuanMei on multiple teams and may potentially be looking to build a break effect team when it does come about, you might need to go ahead with pulling for Robin. Even without the break effect team in the game, the issue of wanting RuanMei on both teams is already there. I definitely experience it, and I'm sure a lot of players do too. Robin at the end of the day is a Harmony character, and they last a very long time in this game. So either way, I don't think you could go wrong with picking her up. I know Sparkle may be favored over Bronya these days, but Bronya is still able to offer massive buffs to your main DPS and can still be used in top tier teams. So it goes to show the longevity of Harmony characters. At the end of the day though, it's your Jades. If you feel like you have one too many supports and you're holding onto them for someone like Firefly, then that's completely down to you. Overall though, I think Robin is just another broken support that has been added to the list of insane supports. She can be slotted into majority of teams just like RuanMei, but as I said earlier, with those hyper carry teams, just be wary about the skill point balance. With the dot team, she is really good with what she can provide and is the only other support that can support the dot team just as well as RuanMei does. So for someone like me that is looking to pick up and form the break effect team, replacing RuanMei with Robin has to be done. You do benefit from having both, so when RuanMei does have a rerun, I would still advise on picking her up since she just makes breaking shields way too easy. And I really can't wait to see what she will be able to do for the break effect team once it's here. And that wraps it up. If you guys are still summoning or will now be summoning, best of luck. If you guys enjoyed the video, would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and drop a like. Also, comment down your opinion on Robin. How good do you think she is outside the follow-up attack team and the idea of having both RuanMei and Robin on your account? And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.